Hey everyone. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Tabitha, and today I'm here to update you on all the books that I read in July. So let's get into it. So I read 4 books in the month of July, and 3 of those books were Kindle Unlimited books. This is not good for my physical TBR, but we're not going to talk about that, okay? If you hear a bunch of noise and rattling in the background, it's because my cat Pistachio has taken it upon himself to explore every inch of my room.
The wilderness must be explored! Go, go!
Before I turned on the camera, he was literally asleep on my bed, so I don't know what has gotten into him, but we're just going to ignore that as well. I would say I had a really good reading month. I had 1 5-star, 2 4-star, and then 1 2-star. So let's talk about it. It's also thundering outside, so if you hear that, that's not Pistachio. So anyway, disclaimer. So the first book that I read in July was Juniper Bean Resorts to Murder by Gracie Ruth Mitchell. And that is a mouthful, but it is so cute. It's like a grumpy meets sunshine little romance thing, and there's like a subplot of murder going on. So basically you have this girl named Juniper, and she is moving back to her hometown, okay? This little small town, okay? And when she moves back into this town, she ends up finding out all these secrets about her past and her mom's past, and she ends up meeting up with the friend group that her mom had when her mom was in high school. She doesn't really meet the friend group, but she meets each of them individually, and plot twist, she thinks one of them might be her father.
You're not my dad!
I'm not going to tell you where that goes. It's interesting. And then there's also murder involved somewhere in there. So I'll let you figure that out when you read it. I rated it 4 stars. It was a fun time. It was a good read. I read it while I was helping be a counselor at a camp, and it really helped me escape that world at nighttime and just kind of absorb myself into this little small town rom-com murder mystery thing. Pistachio, if you knock over my microphone, I'm going to yeet you. That's what I thought. Okay. So the second book that I read in July was XOXO by Axie Oh. And that is an interesting mouthful too. I saw Oshina talk about this book, and I also saw Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails talk about this, and both of them really seemed to like it. So I picked it up because of their recommendation. It was very high school, very juvenile. I feel like there wasn't a lot of substance to it. It was a lot of fluff and fun. But you know what? That's good every now and then. You need a good book like that every now and then. So yeah, basically our main character is like in her last year of high school, I think. She's college prepping and stuff like that. And she ends up meeting this boy who comes into her uncle's karaoke shop. She ends up moving to Korea, not because of this boy, for a totally separate reason involving her grandmother. So she ends up moving to Korea and going to school in a Korean like high school environment and getting a taste of what that is like. Like I said, it's a cute, fluffy book, but I can't really say it's much more substantial than that. So that's about it for that one. Now, let's talk about the third book that I read in July, which was You've Reached Sam by Dustin Thao? Thao? I'm not sure how you say his last name. I'm sorry. I liked the writing style, and I liked the idea of the story, like the concept of the story. Basically, you have this girl and this boy and their high school sweethearts, and they have their whole future planned out together. And then the unthinkable happens, and the boyfriend, Sam, ends up passing away in a car accident.
Is that a spoiler?
I don't think so.
And because of the way that it unfolded, the girlfriend is left thinking that it's partially her fault, and people at the school blame her. And so you're basically throughout the story following her grieving process throughout. And then one day, like a week or so after he passes, she is like having a mental breakdown, bless her heart, and she ends up calling his number, and guess what? Surprise, surprise, he answers. See, this concept sounded very interesting to me in theory. In execution, it was well done enough, except for the fact that the main character ruined everything.
Why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Like, I feel sorry for this girl, I really do. So many times I was like, girl, I want to slap you. Like, why are you treating people like crap around you when they're trying to help you? I know it's a grieving process story and everybody grieves differently. It would have been fine if there had been character development by the end, but I didn't really see any character development. I mean, she got better. She wasn't as depressed anymore, which is great, but there was no real character development that was shown, and that really frustrated me and irritated me. So anyway, I rated it 2 stars. I liked the idea of the story, but I hated the main character. She ruined the whole thing for me, and that's that. So we finished off July with a delightful little book that I found so unexpected, and that was How the Penguins Saved Veronica by Hazel Prior. This is a little book that I found at my random little used bookstore in my town. I got it for like $4, okay? So basically, your main character is this curmudgeon-y, is that the right word? Curmudgeon-y? She was this little curmudgeon of an old British lady, and she forevermore reminded me of the Queen.
Our climate changes, and that there will be all kinds of different trees growing here in another 50 years, maybe.
Might easily be, yes. I won't be here, though.
She's basically this millionaire, okay? And she has no living family that she knows of until like halfway through the story. But that's a whole other plot line. And you can tell as a reader that she is slowly like losing her memory, and it's kind of sad, but it's showing like how she deals with it and stuff. And she's like the funniest character I've read in a very long time. She was so fun to read about. She ends up watching this Animal Planet type of documentary thing, and it's about penguins. She becomes obsessed with penguins, and her little housekeeper is like getting concerned because of how obsessed she gets with penguins. She ends up contacting these scientists in Antarctica, okay?
And she's like, hey, my name's Veronica. I live in Scotland, and I'm going to be coming down to see your little penguin project, okay? I hope that's okay. Okay, and by the way, I'm 86 years old.
So, of course, they send back an email, and they're like,
no ma'am, that's not possible. We cannot have you come here. That's very unsafe. We can't deal with the liability of having you here.
And she's like,
well, yeah, that's too bad. I will be arriving in like 2 weeks, so blah, blah, blah.
So she ends up going down here and seeing these penguins. It also goes back and like tells her backstory, which is so like tragic and heartbreaking, and it just makes me love her so much more. Veronica McCready is like one of my new favorite fictional characters. I'm not even gonna lie. I loved her so much. She was so funny. I laughed out loud during a particular scene that involves her favorite designer purse and a very stubborn penguin. I laughed out loud during that scene, and I even went as far as to read it to my sister. She laughed out loud, and then we both went and we read it in like little accents and stuff. We read it to my mom while she was cooking, and she laughed too. Like, we all thought it was the most funny thing ever, and I very rarely have like a reaction like that from a book. So we finished strong with that one, and I was very, very happy with it. So those are the 4 books that I read in July. I know a lot of people read more, but that's what I read, and I'm very happy with it. That's all for today, I guess. So before I let you go today, I do have to mention that I got this little cutesy package in the mail, okay? And this is something that I ordered, but I am so freaking excited about it. Okay, so anyway, I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with these little Tubbs ducks, okay? They're so cute, and I don't know why, but I have to have all 4 of the Hobbits, okay? I have to. They just recently came out with a Merry and Pippin edition of these ducks, so
Naturally,
I bought one. Recently, he was on sale on Amazon, so I was like,
oh, let me grab him real quick.
So here's little Frodo and Sam, and we're about to open little Pippin or Merry. I'll let y'all be surprised. I already know which one it is. I am so excited about this, y'all. You do not even know. This is so stupid. This is like the biggest waste of money, but you know what? If it makes me happy, is it really a waste of money? No, I don't think so. Look at him! Look at him! Ah! And here's all the different ones that you can get. Yeah, look! It's little Merry. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. I just had to throw this in here because it's book related and it's fun.
I'm in love with these ducks.
So I believe that is all I have for y'all today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you. And I will see you next time. Bye. gonna just go with the 1 by this time. So y'all, I'm improving, okay?